Don't you just love the smell of gunpowder in the morning? Well, yeah, it's pretty cool, but you know what else is cooler? Tournament battles from the Serpent and the Crow, hosted by myself and Urbane Fantasy, and oh my god, we've got a battle between Killer Rabbit and Dillatron. If you would like to sign up for the next tournament, there's gonna be a challenge link down below, so please do, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So let's go over to Tactical and look at the battle plans for a moment. What's the Empire battle plan? They've got an uphill advantage, it's the standard superior infantry, superior gun line with superior cavalry. If they can hold the line here, and if the Tomb Kings just come straight at them, they will annihilate them. Walkmar will destroy the infantry, the mage will destroy the infantry, everything will just crumble into pieces. What's the Tomb King battle plan here? They know they can't stand the infantry fight, so that's why. Look at this. We've got a bunch of chariots, a bunch of Nehekara horsemen, we've got Tomb Scorpions ×2, and we've got Cetra on the good old War Lion. So the plan is going to be to overwhelm the side at least. What's gonna be the victor? Well, I don't know. That's something we're gonna find out. And the Tomb Kings are moving to the side. They know that if they just go frontally, they will get their bony asses kicked. So we see the cannon switching fire to the horsemen now and the chariots, definitely better targets than the skeletons. Cetra is just moving nearby, but the shots are getting blocked by the trees, so this is good tactical use of the forest by Deadly Bunny's skeletons, I assume. They're lining up for a decisive charge here, but we also see the Empire Knights lining up. They know what the Tomb Kings are about to try to do. So we see the Nehekara horsemen trying to rile up a ruckus here in the Dark Elven camp for some reason that the Empire is protecting. They just decide, like, you know what, screw this, we're gonna pillage. But they also decide it's time to take the action, it's time to actually win this game, it's time to charge into the Knights, and we're gonna see a brutal charge without the Empire Knights going back. This is definitely gonna go into the Nehekara horsemen favor. The other side, the Empire Knights are charging back. This is just a mass blob of cavalry. We also see Neru's Incantation of Protection cast by Cetra, but Volkmar is coming into the blob, and Volkmar is popping Grand Hammer of Sigmar, and now he's gonna pop Shield of Faith, and this is just going to be an insane grind fest. Let's take a look at this slow motion. Cetra and Tomb Scorpions are going to destroy Volkmar, but Volkmar is tanky as hell. Volkmar has got regen, he's got his stuff. There is no way Volkmar can die that easily. Meanwhile, the chariots have just rolled over the infantry, my bad, the Empire infantry line, and they got stuck into the handgunners here. Meanwhile, we see a countercharge by the cavalry, and we're going to see a beautiful banishment here that annihilates a part of the skeleton warriors, but sadly it doesn't really do much. And we see a countercharge from the knights into the chariots, but the chariots are pulling back and they're going behind the swordsmen. Rear charge into the swordsmen and going through them. Yeah, this unit of swordsmen is just not gonna have a good day. Let's take a look at Tactical for a moment. So, the left side of the Empire, it's basically stationary, it's trying to protect from any sneaky Tomb Kings attacks. They've got a unit of Spearmen there, they're not doing much. Here, Bunnies was hiding away a unit of Sigmar's sons and now engaging them with Spearmen. That's smart. He does not want this unit fighting in the main battle. The left flank is just basically Tomb Kings are there just to hold the rest of the Empire side. On the right side, the Imperial Knights, for the most part, are getting destroyed by the Nehekaran Horsemen. We see a fireball aimed at Cetra, but it's going into the horsemen, and the chariots have absolutely done the work of the Nehekaran gods here. Like, absolutely insane gameplay. Now, will they be able to carry the rest of the battle, or we're just gonna have to wait and see? Meanwhile, the Bride Wizard still hasn't had much impact. That fireball didn't really do anything, it basically missed, but hey, I spoke too soon, we're actually gonna see a monstrous burning head here. Look at that. Oh, damn. It obliterated 2 infantry units and it did so much damage to the chariots. That was a monstrous blow. Oh my god, that was an insane burning head. Here, because of the Realm of the Souls, the cavalry is decisively winning. Volkmar is still tanking the Scorpions. Volkmar is just an undying beast, but Cetra on the Henrian War Sphinx is coming now, and you know what that's gonna be. Insane. But we've got Jov's Incantation of Cursed Blades popped on Cetra, and he's gonna be doing a ton of damage to Volkmar now, and also apparently the infantry with every splash attack. And we see the chariots actually connecting into the backline now. These handgunners, which were like pretty much AFK protected by Volkmar and some of the knights. They're finally been exposed, and the chariots can just like roll through them now without much issue. And that is good for the Tomb Kings. Slow motion, let's take a look at the battle plan. The left side, it's destroying the Tomb Kings, but once again, it's just a diversion. The Sons of Sigmar are coming back to the battle line. They realized what's going on, but meanwhile, it doesn't matter. The cavalry and the chariots are just doing their job. They're just cruising through the Imperial ranks like it's nothing. And Skeleton Spearmen here are just keeping this unit busy as well. This unit of handgunners firing. It's protected for now, but wait, we see another burning head? Oh, this is just brutal. It's not as strong as the first burning head, it doesn't get as many units, and the Realm of Soulsteer 3 gets popped, so that's definitely gonna heal it up a little bit. We see the chariots into the Sigmar Sons now. They're unbreakable, so chariots are just gonna do something nice to them. We see them maneuvering into the cavalry here, and they're running down the broken gunners. Just look at this. Insane. Like, chariots' mobility is just definitely controlling this battle. They've done so much. Let's look at the center. Volkmar is badly losing now to the Scorpion Assassin team, and this unit of gunners got attacked by the Nehikaran horsemen, so hey, it looks like Dillatron actually threw in the towel. Well, good game to both players. This was definitely a micro-intensive and fun game to watch. Now, let's take a look at the key moments of the battle. How did victory fall into the hands of the Tomb Kings? Getting the charge off into the Empire Knights was a great move by the Nehikara horsemen, and Cetra's continuous support with Neru's Blessing of Protection proved crucial in the inferior cav defeating the Empire Knights. Volkmar was gooned the whole game, but honestly he managed to support his cavalry and some of his infantry with his amazing buffs, and it really helped them tank as much as they possibly could given the circumstances, even though sadly the banishment was a missed opportunity at causing monstrous damage. Kiting Sigmar Sons away with a basic Skeleton Spearman unit was great, as it removed an unbreakable sword unit from the main battle line, which could have been really bad for the Tomb Kings. The Burning Heads cast by the Bright Wizard were just absolutely insane, and they did so much damage to the Skeletons, and even a little bit to the Wind Condition Chariots, but sadly it wasn't enough. It sure did look amazing, however. At the end of the day, the chariot mobility just proved to be too crucial for the Tomb Kings thanks to the combination of the horsemen and the chariots. They were just able to crash a flank, and the chariots were just running rampage across the entire battlefield, just butchering the infantry units left and right. Alright, so Cetra didn't have too much value, right? But Cetra was mainly dueling Volkmar with a little bit of splash damage on like infantry or the couple of cav pieces. He was there to buff his other units and himself because he basically just brought Incantation of Jaff and Neru. So it was okay, like Cetra did fine, like he did his job. The Skeletons overall didn't really do much. As you can expect, into the Empire matchup, the swords of the humans will just destroy the swords and the spears of the Skeletons pretty much. But they were there just to be a diversion which played its part until it got obliterated by Burning Heads. The cavalry did quite fine, and the chariots. Now, they don't have astronomical values. Obviously, they didn't like one-shot Volkmar and everything in the army and get like insane financial value, but their impact on the battle is there. They controlled the ebb and flow, they just outmaneuvered the Empire, they got into all the key win condition units, and it is what it is, they just did great. Carrion, just a distraction. Tomb Scorpions, once again, they were there purely to snipe Volkmar. They did some splash damage on infantry and cav. Considering their main purpose, they did fine. Not really that cost effective, but they still did fine. Now, let's go on the Empire side. Volkmar, yeah. It's okay. He was basically gooned the whole game. He buffed his units to hold on to near demigod levels. He did fine. Now, the Bright Wizard, the damage dealt is insane, and he's got 125 kills, right? Like, it's crazy. But it was mostly on crappy skeletons, with a little bit of damage to chariots. That's why you're not seeing too much damage value. Like, those were amazing Burning Heads, it just, you know, not on the damage value side. The Spearmen, not really too much. And the swordsmen honestly neither as well, because they were neutered by the chariots eventually. The guns, this unit didn't do too hot. These two units did okay, but they were mainly firing into Cetra, and they were kinda protected by Volkmar and one of the knights, so they managed to fire for a bit, not too much value. The knights didn't get too much value either, but we've seen what happened. They basically didn't get the charge off, a couple of units. One of them did though. They were just blobbed, gooned, and didn't end up doing much. The cannon actually did fine on the infantry and the chariots initially. Like, the cannon did fine swapping to the large targets. It could have been better, sure, but considering the entire battle, it managed to get some worth. Anyway, this was a great, fun, fast-paced battle. There's more to come, so stick around. And if you would like to join the next Serpent and the Crow tournament, take a look at the link down below. And until then, well, let's play some Warhammer.